June 6, 1944. For 30 in the morning. The sky over the English Channel is dark, silent, heavy. But beneath that silence, history is about to explode. Thousands of young soldiers sit cramped inside landing crafts. Cold, wet, terrified. Some are just 18, 19, 20 years old. They don't know if they'll see the sunset. They don't know if they'll ever see home again. They only know one thing. Today they storm Europe. This is D-Day, the most important invasion of World War II. By 1944, most of Europe was under the control of Adolf Hitler. His Nazi war machine had crushed country after country. France had fallen. Poland had fallen. Belgium, Netherlands gone. Only Britain stood defiant. The Allied forces, United States, United Kingdom, and Canada, knew something had to be done. If they didn't open a second front in Western Europe, Hitler might win. So they created a bold, almost impossible plan. Operation Overlord. Normandy, the Wall of Steel. The target, Normandy, France. Hitler had built the Atlantic Wall. Bunkers, mines, barbed wire, machine guns covering every inch of the coastline. From the cliffs, German soldiers waited, watching the sea. They were ready. But what they didn't know was that the Allies had tricked them. Fake tanks, fake radio messages, fake armies. Hitler believed the invasion would happen somewhere else. And that mistake would change everything. The first wave, 6:30 a.m. The landing craft doors drop. And instantly, gunfire. Bullets tear through metal. Soldiers fall before even touching sand. The water turns red, especially at Omaha Beach. It's chaos. Men hide behind metal obstacles. Some drown under the weight of their gear. Others crawl forward, inch by inch, under nonstop fire. There is no cover, no mercy, only survival. Paratroopers had already landed hours earlier behind enemy lines, capturing bridges, cutting communication, creating confusion. The battle isn't just on the beach. It's everywhere. Every second feels like eternity. But slowly something changes. A few soldiers break through. They climb the cliffs. They destroy machine gun nests. And suddenly, the impossible becomes possible. The turning point of the war. Hitler hesitates. He believes this invasion is a distraction. He delays sending his strongest armored divisions. That delay costs him everything. Within 24 hours, more than 150,000 Allied troops are on French soil. Within weeks, hundreds of thousands more arrive. And in August 1944, Paris is liberated. Germany is now trapped, attacked from the west and crushed from the east. Less than a year later, in May 1945, Nazi Germany surrenders. The war in Europe is over. The price of freedom. But victory had a cost. On D-Day alone, nearly 10,000 Allied soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing. Think about that. 10,000 lives in one single day. They weren't just soldiers. They were sons, brothers, fathers, friends. Some wrote letters home the night before, letters that would be delivered after they were gone. Today, in Normandy, rows of white crosses stretch endlessly across green fields. Each cross tells a story that ended, so the world could begin again. What if it had failed? Now imagine this. What if D-Day had failed? The invasion crushed. Thousands dead for nothing. The war could have dragged on for years. Millions more might have died. The Soviet Union could have taken all of Europe. The balance of global power might look completely different today. The world you know, your freedoms, your borders, your history, might not exist. That's how important this one day was. Final words. On June 6, 1944, those soldiers stepping into the cold waters of Normandy didn't know if they would survive. They were afraid, but they moved forward anyway. Not for glory, not for fame, but for something bigger than themselves. Freedom. D-Day wasn't just the largest amphibious invasion in history. It was proof that courage can change the world. And maybe the greatest lesson of D-Day is this. Sometimes, the future of humanity depends on ordinary people doing extraordinary things. History isn't just something we read. Sometimes, history is written in blood, so the next generation can live in peace. And if this story moved you, remember, freedom always has a price, and someone, somewhere paid it.